There is a lost art in Hollywood, and that's the movie poster. And this man, who's one of our special guests at Comic-Con this year, has kept it alive for the last 30 years or so. Mr. Drew Struzan.
I'm speechless. This is really hard for me. I'm a guy that sits alone in my studio all the time. And I've seen more people now than I've seen in years. This is amazing. This kindness, completely unexpected. You know, what can I say? I worked for decades, decades alone in my studio, working for the man. I send him the work. He don't call back. I wait 90 days for a check to find out if they liked it. And then I move on to the next project. And I just, until the advent of the internet and all the kind people writing me, and now this, I never knew anybody was interested in what I was doing. I thank you so much. You're so generous just to show up and to be here, to see little old me. It's beyond words. You recognize this man. He's more famous than anybody in the room. That's Frank Darabont sitting right there.
I am his biggest fan.
No, Michael said that. Fantastic editing. I loved how it sounded like they were all in the same room talking. And yet we were thousands of miles apart. So there is a conspiracy of some sort going on here. Anyway, I'm fascinated by what they did. I hope you found it interesting. I can't imagine what they do for 2 hours, but they've got the film to do it.
One thing we talk about a lot in the film and in general, and I'm sure a lot of you feel this way, is about the importance of illustration, hand-drawn illustration. I mean, the reason why we made this film is because we grew up on Drew's posters, and they were just as important to us as the film, that they got us excited about the film. And that is something we want to keep going more, right? Don't you guys agree? Don't you want to see more hand-drawn art, right?
20 minutes of film are expressing about how people don't get it anymore. And had you heard the other people talk about it, it talks to your heart, talks to your soul, your motivation, the things you really value in life. So if it means anything, it's not about me, it's about art.
As we started to go and find people to interview and start arranging the interviews, we found out that all the actors that we love, the directors, the filmmakers, were just as big as fans of Drew's work as we were. And they, all of a sudden, you know, these people who are usually in a position where everybody loves them and praises their work, it was very interesting to see the sort of a humble humility, you know, and they just really adore his work.
You know, we're doing it because we're moved by Drew's work, and it means that much to us. And you love Drew's work because when you saw it, it made you feel something. And that's kind of one of the things we want to express. In fact, Drew has a new book out. It's displayed right here. And you can see a lot of the work in sketches from beginning to end. And you know, it's great to see the process. And one of the great things is going to your studio and seeing.
You're not inviting them all to my studio,
no,
are you?
I don't think they fit, right?
No, one at a time.
Well, hopefully in the film we can get into that more too, because like you know, George Lucas has said, you know, these things look like photographs, but the joy is like seeing them up close and getting in there and looking at all that real pencil work. I mean, I think Drew, you know, I'm lucky now because I have all these high-res scans of the work for the film, and I get to blow them up. And I mean, on almost like a microscopic level, there's all this abstract expressionism, impressionism, you know, pointillism. It's optical mixing. You know, it's almost like the history of modern art is in Drew's hand, and then you zoom out and you're like, wow, this is like just an insanely accurate portrait of not only just the way somebody looks, but like they've got this expression that kind of captivates a moment in the movie or something, you know, and all those things together are really awesome, and it's great to be able to see the work up close, you know. we're actually hoping too that maybe your work will be hanging in places where people can go straight up to it, because I think it has that effect. You get close and you see all these things that you can't tell from a distance or from like a print of the poster. A lot of good work in there.
Thanks. Thanks.
I'd like to know, will you be coming out of retirement once again to do the movie poster for your own movie? For these guys?
We want to know that too.
We'd really like to know that one, Drew.
We'll see. They don't have a budget.